everybody. Thanks for being in my YouTube live. I'm finishing this blanket tonight. That is my goal. I did have to go buy some more yarn, one more skein to finish 2 rows. And then once these last 2 rows are completed, then I'm going to go to the turquoise, and that will be 1 through 5. I think maybe 1 through 6, and then that will be it for our blanket. I had to go to Hobby to get it today, which takes me a little while to get to because we don't have that store close in our town, but I was happy to do it. I want to get this completed and want to take you guys along with me. And I appreciate you being here in my YouTube live. So this is what we got so far. We are almost finished with the second row of the burnt pumpkin. I went ahead and the previous row that I got halfway through, I went ahead and pulled it back out, frogged it, they call it. And that's okay, it wasn't too much. So I went ahead and crocheted back up to that point, or close to that point, and I thought I would start my live from there. So we are almost finished with row number 2 with the burnt pumpkin or orange color. It is evening time here, and about a little after 7 p.m. where I'm from. It's a nice night. You see Lady over there, she was sleeping. Of course, she has to get her naps in like we do. And then the kitty cats, I don't know where they are. We'll probably see haystacks here shortly. Every time I come onto the porch and come into a YouTube live, she's up on my lap. So we just finished 3 single crochets, and we're doing a double crochet, and then going back to our single crochets. This is based on, if you're new here, welcome. This is based on single crochets until you get to the diamond part, and then that's a double crochet. My double crochets are here. And you can do a treble crochet if you want, but the pattern that I got offline, I just tweaked it a little bit and put in a double crochet instead of a treble crochet. But feel free to change it if you'd like. It was a nice morning today. It felt cool. It felt like fall. Fall's coming. It's been super hot. And then with the smoke and everything, it's just kind of been tough to be outside. But much better today. And then Lady is back out. She's got to get her naps in. It's been a great day, great Monday over here. I've been off work today, and I go back in the morning. So I had to try to get everything in and finished today. We just have a little bit more on row. What row are we on? It's my little cheat sheet. Row 8. 15, 1, and 3. You just have to be careful where you put your stitches here. And periodically I count, just because I've made so many boo-boos over the years by not counting or talking and try to do this at the same time. And there's your double crochet here coming up. And then back to our singles. How many singles do we need? 115. There's 3, 4, 5. I don't have to pull my tension too tight now. I got plenty of yarn. What I was trying to do was make that yarn last earlier by pulling the tension, but I don't have to do that since I have a whole skein of yarn. So it's just a medium tension here. Oh, hello, Shamika. Doing well. How are you doing? Happy Monday. How was your day today? Work or school or both? Back to our double crochet. And little lady, gotta turn on this fan. Then we'll do 3 single crochets. Hello, Patchwork Workstar. Hi, welcome in. My goal is to finish this blanket tonight. All I have left is the turquoise. You're scratchy over there, my friend. Try to take her offline. I like it when the animals are in here. Just not giving themselves a bath on live. Just work, took a break studying today, and he's cute. Oh, you are. You took a break. I'm glad you took a break. Plenty of rest, huh? It's right around the corner though. Graduation, right? So hang in there. Just make sure you're taking care of you. It's hard to juggle all that. Work and studying and all the school stuff and then all the other things. You need to check her. Look at her. Turn it over there. She's so sweet. And then we are ending with 4 single crochets, just like we started. And then give yourself a couple inch, 2 or 3 inch tail here on the end. You can always trim it up later. And this one's kind of to pull that knot down so you can see your stitch in the end. And then chain 1. And then pull that through. tighten it a little bit. And then we are on row 7 coming up. 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 17 single crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet. Lady girl, goodness, must be bugging you. So you cast on like you cast off. So we're going in back loop only. We're going to do 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do a double on the right side of this previous double. Oh, hi, Crochet Queen. So this one's a little tricky. The first stitch, casting on, and once you get there, then it goes pretty easily. Then you can tighten up your stitch. So 2, 3, and then you double crochet into that front loop of the previous row beside that previous double crochet. So you're going in an X basically. So you go on the outside of this double crochet and on the outside of this one. Oh, but here, 3D. Oh, that's good. Awesome. Congrats. You can post that here. We gotta celebrate you. Celebrate the love. Glad you have that many subscribers. Gotta support each other, right? There we go. So we're on our last row, row 7. We did 3 single crochets, 1 double crochet, and we're working on our 17 single crochets again. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And then we'll do a double crochet on this side of the previous double crochet, going into the front loop here. Oh, that's awful quiet now. Oh, to be honest, I never thought I would have the videos. Oh, really? Isn't that amazing? You're kind of in a crochet community, right? Do you just have crochet videos or do you have other things? But it is amazing. Once you connect with people, they keep coming back. They want to see what you have on there. Keep it up, girl. The colors reminded me of Southwestern 70s vibe. Yes, me too. That's why I love them so much. Crochet and then cute get edit videos, bowling and other videos and shorts. Awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is like the Western. It reminds me of Arizona. The colors, on the rocks out there. I'm sure other states as well, out west in the desert. But that turquoise really makes it pop. We're on our last row of this burnt pumpkin or orange color, and then we will do 6 rows of the turquoise, and then we'll be finished. My goal is to get it finished tonight. Hi, girl. Hi. We gotta get you groomed, huh? Yeah. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Oh, you're a good girl. Your hair's getting so long. It definitely felt like fall this morning here where I'm from, up north, and I went to the hobby today to get my yarn, and it is 30% off this week. And all fall things, they're putting pumpkin stuff out, all cute decorations. You guys are gonna love them. Cute little sayings. All the fall leaves, the decorative, the decor for your house, and front porch, the scarecrows and hay bales, and it's adorable. Sweet animal. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks for the sparkles. Yeah, it's fun to shop. It looked like they had a lot of sales today. They were just putting out a lot of Halloween, or not Halloween, but fall decor, and a lot of it was 40% off, and the yarn was 30% off. So you can get some good deals right now. I can't believe fall's right around the corner. The lady that checked me out said she was wishing for fall at the beginning of the summer when it starts getting hot. She said she can't wait for fall to get here. I said I need a little summer, a little, warmth, and coming out of winter and spring. I need a little bit more warmth, warm time, summertime, especially with the grandchildren, taking them swimming and being outside, playing. Oh, you do? Okay. So yeah. Do you get much of the cool? You don't like summer, it's too hot? I know. I probably would too if I lived down there all the time. I like to vacation down there. But if I lived there, I'd probably feel the same. I have gone down there in the summer, and oh my goodness, it will roast you. Nothing like the heat coming off that sunshine in the summertime. I think when summer feels like open the door. Okay. No, I understand. If I lived there, I'd probably feel that way too. My husband would say that because he does not like that type of heat and where it melts you. You could fry an egg on the car. We went to Tucson one year in Arizona, and it was 117 in the desert, old Tucson, where they filmed John Wayne movies back in the day, if you're old enough to remember that. Some of those black and whites and stuff. Working on a corner. Oh, are you? Oh, that's cool. Those are so pretty. But yeah, the heat out there, that's no joke. Cars on fire as we're driving through the desert, going from Nevada to California. There were cars on the highway pulled off on fire, like their tires caught fire. That's some serious heat right there. I know. I know. It's beautiful to visit. I don't know if I could live there. Probably like Florida. How far along are you on your corner to corner? Yeah, very true. Especially when there's nothing for miles, like no gas stations or anything, and you're out there on fire. I think it's called Peggy Sue's, one of the places we visited. A little restaurant on that road from Nevada to California. That was really cute. A lot of stars go through there and have their pictures hanging on the wall. Cute little place. What stitch? Oh, this is the Navajo diamond. Oh, that's, oh, pretty good. It's taken me months to get to where I'm at with this blanket. Between work and life, I had to put it down for a while and then got a chance to pick it back up. But that's a nice thing about crochet. You can put it down and pick it back up when you're ready. There's so many stitches that I would love to do. Love to learn how. Somebody asked me in a live if I did a corner to corner, and I haven't. But it's so pretty. The basket weave one, I did a little swatch of that just to, to, I don't know, just fooling around. And some other stitches. The jasmine, I think it's called, the star yarn eaters, but it's so beautiful. Is it difficult? Oh, you mean this? Is this difficult? If you have your single crochet and your double crochet down, it's not. You just have to really follow the pattern, just like anything. Each row is individual, and you have to make sure you count your stitches, because twice I've had to pull rows out to fix my boo-boo. When I get to talking, my hands just do what they do, and and I get to a point and I'm like, oh wait, that's not right, I missed a double crochet. So then I have to go find where I messed up. One single here between these two doubles, and then the turquoise will be that one row that will finish that diamond there. My other one that I started months ago, it's down there, right there, and it's gray for the border, and then black, white, and red, which I thought those are pretty solid, kind of opposite colors, real bold colors, unlike these. I don't know. I just wanted something different. But as you can see, it's not, here, I'll show you. It's not very far along at all. But whatever border you put on the end is the one row that will go throughout, just like the turquoise on this one. But you pick 4 colors for this blanket. And I have 2 on my bed that my mom made me years ago. She's been gone 25 years now. But I still have them. They're still in great shape, and They're beautiful, and pink and red, pink and fuchsia, red and white was one of them. And my favorite color is red. So that one she made me when I was a young, like teenager years. And then the other one is more of the mauve and rose colored green. Does it have a green in it? No, it doesn't. I don't think it has green. Just the mauve pink, white colors on the other one. It matched a couch that I had as a young woman, married. But I still have them. And they've held up all these years. Thank you. You could really do any color. The sage green and the pinks are always really popular. Our daughter's getting married, and that is her colors. And when you pull them up, like look up anything with those colors, it's a very popular combination. I did a custom birthday cake for our granddaughter, and it was Mulan theme, and it had those colors in there, the pinks and green, like sagey color. But I think that would look really nice in a blanket. Let's see where we're at here. Got just a little bit to go with this last row of the burnt pumpkin, or orange that I call it sometimes. It's like a fall orange. And then our last few rows will be the turquoise, and then I will tie it off and we'll be done. Have you guys had any bad weather? We had a lot of the smoke from Canada came down, so I couldn't be on a YouTube live for a couple days. I donate them because 2 years ago my husband had cancer. But he has been cancer. Oh, really? Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. Who do you donate to? I'm glad he's okay, by the way. Where do you donate your blankets? I think that's wonderful. I always thought it would be nice to donate blankets to Children's Hospital. I worked as a nurse years ago in the ICU, and I thought, gosh, that'd be really nice to donate. And life gets in the way, and you get busy, and other things come up that you don't, you're not around that area. That was like an hour and a half from where I live, so it's not like a close by hospital or anything. But gosh, I thought that would be nice. And you have volunteers that do that now, but back in the day we didn't have that. That was early 90s. A place that is about 5 minutes from me. I went to daycare north. Daycare north, St. Joseph's. Oh. Went to daycare north, aka St. Joseph's. So do you donate to the hospital there? St. Joseph's? Six, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. This row is pretty easy. It goes straight across for several, and then you do one double, one single, one double before the turquoise row comes in. Mostly singles on this row. Before we know it, it's going to be sweater weather up here. Sweater weather. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Double crochet. A single again. Double crochet. And then singles again. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17. I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with that burnt pumpkin color, the rest of that yarn, and then the tan color that I had earlier. I have a whole skein of both of them, so I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with them. Let's see, we gotta finish with the same amount as we started, so we have 3 single crochets to do here. And then once we work them, we will chain 1, trim the end, and be done with that. And then you pull the loop through, and then we are on to our turquoise color. And this will be our finish, this color. It'll be just like the beginning. And then we'll tie it off and that'll finish. Thank you guys for being in my YouTube live. Thanks for being supportive and talking, and I really appreciate it. Sometimes I'm in here and I feel like I'm by myself, but it's nice when you guys interact, so thank you. All right, and this basically, I think this one is super easy. You single crochet 2, double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then do 19 single crochets, 1 double crochet, all the way across, repeating that, 19 single crochets, 1 double crochet. And then you'll end with 2 single crochets like you started here. And then that'll be row 6. And then row 1 through 5 will be single crochets in each stitch across. And that will finish our blanket. So 2 single crochets and a double. So as you can see, it's kind of hidden under that knot. Let me see if you can see that. So I have to pull that knot down a little bit just to access that stitch there. And then we're going to go in the back loop only. Back loop. Doing a single crochet. And then you can kind of tighten that up once you get in there. Get your stitch done. So, what did I say, 2? 2 singles? Yeah, and then a double. So there's 2. And then my double will go underneath that loop in the front of the previous row. And then back to our single crochet. Got 1. We're going for 19. And this row is probably the easiest besides just a single crochet all the way across. You just do your singles, and then you'll see where you put a double in. That will pull that diamond together up here at the top. So the turquoise is at the bottom and on each side and at the top, or whatever color you choose. And you can kind of zip through these pretty quickly, I think. The sun's starting to go down here. I just want to be able to see to finish it completely. And then you're going to do your double crochet here in the center of those 2 previous double crochets. And that pulled that diamond right together. Oh, cool. Oh, strawberry shortcake blanket? Oh my goodness. I bet that's going to be so cute. It's hard to find a strawberry shortcake. I honestly never heard of that, but I can picture it in my head how cute it would be. What colors are you thinking? And are you actually going to make strawberries on there? Like, with, black seeds or whatever? In my mind, I can just picture like red, like crocheted, maybe green, and then red for your strawberry, and some black seeds throughout it. That's what I'm picturing in my head, but it may be completely off. I don't know. You could probably come up with a nice pattern yourself. Create it how you want it. I just see green and then the red coming throughout. Let me see, not sure about the color, but I'm aiming for the old strawberry shortcake. She was an old card. Yes, I loved her. Loved her. That's such a cute idea. I remember the doll. I don't remember if my niece had one. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Was that the 80s when those came out? And there again, another diamond is complete. The turquoise pulls it right together. What a cute idea. Strawberry shortcake. I made a little cake for a little girl that was pink and it had strawberries on it. She wanted strawberries and I think donuts. So I made strawberries and donuts on there. I think that's a pretty popular theme too, the strawberries. A website with patterns with the blanket, Dawn Moore. She's still my favorite and I even have a... Aww. That's cute. I would love to see it finished once you get to that point. She had red hair, right? I'm trying to think about her. If little freckles and red hair. I feel like there was a doll that it might have been her that you could smell, like, the scratch and sniff things. I feel like there was a one that smelled like a strawberry. Or am I just making that up? I'm trying to go back into the archives of my brain. I feel like there was one like that. Maybe it was a Barbie doll like that, or I don't know. She was cute though, with her little dress on. She had changed a couple of times over the years, but that. Oh, I missed your comment. I missed it. Do you guys remember Holly Hobby in the 70s? Is there anybody in here that is older that remembers that? I had a little cardboard before they made tents for kids and things. I had a little cardboard little house with Holly Hobby on there. You do? Yeah, it was kind of like the pioneer days with the little hat on. That was the first strawberry shortcake you just described. Well, it's easiest to remember her. Had all the dolls in it. Yes, yes. Kind of like the Laura Ingalls vibe to it. Little House on the Prairie. But I would get in there into that box. It was a Holly Hobby cardboard box. And we kept it in the house. My mom let me keep it in the house. And I would get in there and pretend it was a house, you know, put things in there and had to do my own imagination. Oh, I did. Oh, love that. I love Laura Ingalls and all those. We had the books back then. And then eventually got to see the story on, or the shows on TV. They still have meetups. The characters have meetups. It was a good family show back in the day. Something, you know, it was safe. Of course, back then there wasn't a whole lot of non-safe things on TV, you know, for kids and families. Now you have to be careful with commercials. Like, you could just, anything kind of goes. You have to be careful with, not that we watch a whole lot of TV anyway, which is crazy. I feel like as a kid we watched TV in the evening or in the winter time a lot, after school. The Flintstones and Jetsons were on, and all the Saturday morning cartoons before you went outside. And now you gotta really be careful with what's on TV, especially when grandchildren are over. You gotta monitor everything. I do. I still like all the old cartoons. I have the Flintstones series. My husband bought me years ago. It was one of my favorite cartoons. And the Jetsons. Anything funny or cartoonish, or some of the older shows that we watched growing up. You watch YouTube? I know. I'm with you. I love YouTube. And YouTube University, I call it. How I've learned to do so many things. I love to watch all the NDE things and the spiritual things, the kid things. I mean, just you name it. I know. I love them too. I always said as a kid, I always wanted a flying car and a robot like Rosie to clean my room. It's crazy when you think about like the drones and stuff, the flying. I always, yeah, never imagined that would actually come true. Some of that stuff. Not in our lifetime, huh? But some countries, they have drones that deliver your meals and drinks, and robots that are delivering meals. It's crazy. It's kind of spooky to think about that kind of stuff kind of taking over, jobs and things. I mean, it seems convenient and nice, but it makes you wonder what the future's going to be. Although living in the country and waiting on packages to be delivered, it sure would be nice to have that. Oh, you watch Fraggle Rock? Yes, yes. So funny. All the good ones. Yep. I wouldn't mind some packages being delivered quickly with a drone over here. Especially at Christmas time. Or groceries. Wouldn't that be cool to have them delivered like that? Or get to work in a flying car. Get me to work in a few minutes versus an hour or a half hour. I've had nursing jobs where I had to drive an hour and a half one way to work. And did that for many years. I sure could have used a flying car then. I know. Same. Same. One of our kids, they order the groceries and they drop them off on their porch. I say whatever works for your family. If you like that, then do it. Because boy, this hustle bustle world right now, and having 2 and 3 jobs, do whatever you can to make it easy on yourself. Right. I used to feel guilty when I did a grocery order for pickup, and I thought, gosh, there's no reason I can't go in there and go get it myself. But you know, it's okay. After a day of work, you go pick up your groceries. What's wrong with that? Not judging anything that would be convenient to you. All right, let's see. We are, I can't remember how many. Let me look here. 2. We end with 2 on this. So if I do on the outside 1, 2. Okay. Two. Chain 1. Pull that through. And then can we get it done before it gets dark? Or will I have to use a light to finish? I have to get up at 6 a.m. or 6:30 for work tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Let's get into that stitch. And the remaining 5 rows are just nothing but single crochets. All right, I'm gonna adjust here. Oh, sorry about that. I need to put my legs up. Okay, let me move that a little bit. I don't know if you can hear her snoring. She's behind the swing, asleep again. Her favorite thing to do. So now all we have to do is the 1 through 5 rows, and all it is single crochet all the way across. So it might get a little boring for you guys. Yeah, I'm outdoors. I'm out on the porch swing. It's one of my favorite places to be when I'm on YouTube Live. Outside with the birds and the animals. We live way out in the country, so you hear anything from chickens, roosters crowing, to cows mooing, to owls, coyotes. Oh my. Got all kinds of little critters out here. Whippoorwills at night. Coyotes at night. Owls at night. You're rural too? Oh, cool. It's wonderful, isn't it? I'm a city kid, raised in the city, and we've been out here for 25 years. And I don't know if I could go back to town. I love the convenience and everything of town. I'm gonna move this a little bit so you can at least see the blanket here. But I don't know if I could ever move back. I suppose if I'm older and can't keep up with things, but it's the most peaceful, calming environment to live in the country. You don't have to worry about people creeping between houses and looking in your windows, and yeah, mostly everybody watches out. The neighbors watch out for you, and you watch out for the neighbors. And just you and the deer and other wildlife out here. I know. Yeah, I agree. I know. I think about that as an older woman. You know, what's it going to be like in 15, 20 years if I'm still here? Might have to have my children come in if, you know, if I outlive my husband. What it's going to look like. But boy, it's so peaceful. What's your favorite part of living in the country? Patchworks. When I was younger, I loved the big city. Just having access to everything. As an older person, I love the peacefulness. Not being so close to neighbors. Yeah. Yeah. I like that part too. When we lived in town, we had and she was very sweet, our neighbor. She was about 80 years old. And she could see me in the kitchen window from her kitchen window. And I'm doing dishes and she's doing dishes. So she would wave at me. Very sweet. And we watched out for her because, you know, she had no family around. It was just her by herself. But she was so cute, and she would wave at me across her kitchen. That was fine. That I didn't mind that. It was just the neighbors who moved in and brought bad things with them and was doing bad things in that neighborhood. And it was wonderful when it was older people living there. But when riffraff came, then it changed. Yeah, she was sweet. I'd look over and she'd wave. This cute little wave. Oh, yeah. Oh, you lived in a small town in Georgia. Oh, yeah. There's little towns like that. It's just wonderful. That was when you could trust your neighbors were good and honest and would watch out for you and you'd watch out for them. My husband would mow her lawn so she didn't have to get out there and do any yard work. We gotta watch out for each other, you know, especially getting older. Eastman, Georgia, small population. Huh, Eastman. Was it on the eastern side of Georgia? Named for the name, or sometimes I wish I could take my kids back to the 70s and 80s with me so they could get a little piece of, you know, life back then. It was a different world, wasn't it? There was no nonsense. If there was nonsense, we didn't go around it, but it was rare that you had nonsensical stuff going on. And everybody was in the same boat. We were all poor. I mean, nobody really had money to speak of unless you were from a wealthy family, which was very rare that you ran into that. Our school pictures, we had hand-me-downs. We wore hand-me-downs. Some of my friends had holes in their jeans, and mostly we had one pair of tennis shoes and a nice pair of dress shoes, you know. That was it. You didn't have 20 pair of shoes, or you just didn't have an abundance of things. And you were okay with that. It was not a big deal. I was excited to get my cousin's hand-me-downs from New York. I'd get a trash bag in the summer when they took her shopping. They had money. My aunt and uncle and their children. They were from like Binghamton. They lived in Binghamton and then Arizona. And he worked for IBM, I think, for years. And of course, we got to go visit them. And, you know, we didn't have anything, not much of anything. And I would get her hand-me-downs and be so happy. It was like the best thing every year. I'd get her hand-me-downs. I remember one year for school, I got to look in the Sears catalog and pick out a couple dresses from there. And how exciting that was for me. We'd get that, it was Sears, I think a Sears catalog at Christmas time that you could look through, but of course you knew, you know, you weren't going to get what you circled, but it was still fun to go through and circle what you wanted and just dream about it. And your parents just gave you, a few items for Christmas if you did get Christmas gifts back then. It was just a few. And then you got fruit in your stocking, or back in the day we had a tube sock that we hung up, or our sock from, what we actually wore. But I usually put a tube sock up like my brothers did, and we would get nuts and oranges and apples in it, and that was it. And we're excited about it. Got some candy, and I know when I say that, it just sounds like it's so far-fetched, but it's the truth. It's the truth, and we were very happy to get it. I think because we were all, all of our friends were in the same situation, and not that we were run down, like the house wasn't run down, or we're just mostly, most of us were lower middle class and working parents, had a mediocre house and a mediocre car, and, friends were in the same situation. But it was good neighbors and good, family was good families. I just didn't have a whole lot, Everybody kind of had the same things, and thankful for what we had. We had a lot more than some. And definitely from the Depression era, my grandma always talked about, we were definitely way better off than that. They had to reuse paper and tinfoil, and she saved, if you got her a Christmas gift, she would cut the wrapping paper and save the wrapping paper. She would be very slow at unwrapping her gift so she could save that wrapping paper, because they saved everything back then. That was hard times that we, gosh, we never had that, anything like that. We're very fortunate that way. We're definitely blessed. And now in this day and age, gosh, there's an abundance, it seems. And people are barely getting by. It's amazing, isn't it? Everything's so expensive. Can't afford to buy a house or a car or food without it charging an arm and a leg for it. And then people working 2 and 3 jobs just to make it. I don't know how people are surviving. Hello. Doing well. How are you doing? No idea what it's like not to have. I grew up in poverty, but my mom. Yeah. I think, yeah, we were appreciative. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. And I think there was no judgment from the kids. They wouldn't look, we were all in the same boat. So there was no competition that way. I don't remember any anyway, because we were all kind of in the same situation. Yeah, our moms did the best they could. My mom was, my dad was in the service for a few years, so she was single mom a lot of the time, and it was hard for her. But boy, aren't women tough? I think about what she had to go through, and boy, oh boy, she's a tough cookie. And you don't appreciate it until you're much older, and then you realize, gosh, the sacrifices that our moms went through, and our dads too. I'm out of view there. Turn this, there you can see. There. I get out of frame and don't even realize. We are doing the last 5 rows of turquoise, and I'm ending the blanket. It'll be finished. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Haley. I like to crochet and relax on the front porch. Talk. I'm a nurse and I have a little baking business on the side. I have my hands in all kinds of things. Jack of all trades, kind of. I'm working on a Navajo diamond blanket right now. And coming up on the last few rows before I finish the blanket. And I'm just doing single crochets now all the way across these last few rows. Trying. I like to crochet. Yeah. Oh, I totally agree. It definitely helps with anxiety and stress. Me too. I love it. Did I chain one? Yeah, I did. Okay. And then you pull through that stitch, and then you start your row again. Each row is individual. Just here alone. Aw, you're not alone anymore. You got us. I'm crocheting outside here. Me and the dog lady, and you all. Yeah. You're never alone. You always got a friend over here. And the ladies in the chat, and the gentlemen's, if there's any in here. Crocheters. Most of the time I see ladies in my lives. But thank you for being here. My YouTube live. I appreciate it. And these are easy rows. This is all single crochets now. So once you get going with your singles, you can get right through it. Got a couple more rows to go. Let's see, specifically 1, 2, 3 more after this one. Just several, catch up on my chat here. Just for several nights, my daughter went away on vacation. Oh, she did. Oh. So are you outside or inside crocheting? Because I like to crochet outside where I can hear the animals and the birds. But I do crochet inside too, with something funny playing on the TV. Like, I don't know, Friends or Big Bang Theory. Something that's lighthearted. Husband working at night. Oh, okay. So you are there enjoying your peace and quiet, maybe? It's dusky here, getting dusky. It is 8:30 at night. And my goal was to finish this blanket tonight. My dog passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. That's so hard. Ours did last year from Lyme. We had 3 Goldens, and deer ticks are really bad out here. So I got Lyme. Aw, you had her a long time, huh? What was her name? And what kind of doggy is she? If you can type in crochet. And if you can't, that's okay. Oh, you did. Sadie. Oh, a blue dobie. Oh. Oh, I bet she's beautiful. It's hard to lose a pet that you've had so long. Oh, I bet you do. I bet you do. They're our little companions. And yes, very, very intelligent. My dad used to say our pets had heavenly eyes. He would look into their eyes and just say they're from right from heaven. Yeah, yeah. I have a little girl named, or little lady is her name, little doggy, that my daughter-in-law saw outside their house walking by in the cold, and she had briars all in her hair. And we advertised to see whose dog it might be. No tag, nothing, and nobody claimed her. So I ended up taking her, and she's probably 5 or 6 years old, the vet said. Very sweet. But she likes to hunt. She's chased our chickens down. She's good when you're around her. She doesn't do anything naughty, but the minute you're not out here with her, she's chasing down the chickens when they're out of their coop. She's had a mouse, a bird, a turkey, a little baby turkey. She's been ornery. And I don't know. I know she's a mix. Don't know what breed for sure, but I think she's part Cocker Spaniel. But she's got to be something else. They might be bird dogs. One of my husband's friends said she is a bird dog. She will chase the chickens. But I just love her. She's as sweet as can be, and gets so excited when I pull in the drive. She starts running around like in circles, like she's so happy that I'm home. It's a best feeling. But I after ours passed last year, I didn't really want a dog again. Just I couldn't turn her away. Yeah. She came at a very good time in my life, for sure. Yes, I'm talking about you. Yeah, yeah. We need them, don't we? It's good to help. Oh, yes. Thank you. I named her Lady after Lady and the Tramp. She kind of reminded me of her. The cat just jumped out of the rocking chair over there. I thought she would be over here. Every time I'm on the porch swing, she jumps up here. And I don't mind usually, but she will grab the yarn. Even though you give her a little bit of yarn, she grabs what you got. And of course, anything that moves, cats chase. So the yarn moves here as I'm crocheting. But she's a sweet girl too. Now Socks, on the other hand, our male cat, gives you about 3 seconds to pet him, and then he bites you or runs away. And my youngest daughter kisses on him like it's like he's a little stuffed animal. And he, like, oh my gosh, here she is again, holding me like he's trying to move his head away and not look at her. And she puts him down and he just takes off. But she's like, I just want to love you. But he don't want to be loved like that. Your cat. Oh, you got it. Yeah. Oh, Oreo's a rescue cat. In his third home. And he was on his doorstep when we got him. He's alive and well. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Oreo, I love that name. My husband had a cow named Oreo. Um, oh, you nursed him back to health. That's so cool. I love that name. I do love cats, but it can be. We had cats in the house, or we tried, but every time they would be, you know, using the bathroom in the corner or scratching the curtains and the rug, the carpet, and we couldn't we couldn't keep them. My husband's, they have got to go outside. We can't do it. Can't keep ruining things and the couch, scratching up the couch. So yeah, I love them. They have a little bed in the garage where they sleep. And yeah, you did. Yes, I know. They're ornery like that. And you know, even in the garage, they've used the back of the, we have a deep freeze out there. And behind it, there was droppings back there where they went behind the thing, the freezer. So we had to, my husband put bleach back there, like a whole gallon of bleach on the floor, just so they wouldn't use that as a litter box. and it's stopped them so far. So, and it's not like they're locked in. We always have the garage up a little bit, the door, so that they can come in and out whenever they want. And their food and their water's in there and their beds. But for some reason, they like to go behind there and use it like a litter box. I'm hoping the bleach deters them from ever doing that again. But it's the worst. You know how cat droppings are. Peppermint oil. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the tip. And there she is. Lady girl. She needs groomed. Her hair's getting so long. It is much cooler tonight than it has been. It felt like a fall morning this morning when I was on YouTube Live. I almost needed sweatshirt and sweatpants to be out here, but I just used a blanket. It hasn't been that cool in a while. She's like the Shaggy DA. Do you guys remember the Shaggy DA? That's what her hair looks like over her eyes. You need a haircut, lady girl. That was also a good movie. And Herbie, was it Herbie the Love Bug? The Volkswagen bug. We'd always go to the drive-in movie theater. My mom would fix a big bag of popcorn in a grocery bag. Remember the big old brown sacks? She would fix a bunch of popcorn and butter and salt, and that's what we would eat in a can of pop or whatever. That's what we'd eat at the drive-in. Everybody would share that big bag of popcorn. But yeah, Herbie the Love Bug, Shaggy DA, Star Wars was out there. Christine, the scary car show, drove herself. So many good movies out there when I was a kid. Star Wars, the original, that's where we first saw it. And all the kids would get out front on a blanket or on the car, put the blanket out on the hood of the car and lay there until the mosquitoes ate you up. And then you had to get back in. And they sold those little circular things that you light, your parents would light, and it was supposed to keep the mosquitoes away, but I don't know that they worked. We still got ate up by them mosquitoes. It was every Thursday night was carload night, and it was $5 to get in, and you could put as many people in your car as possible. There would be station wagons, of course they'd load them up, and trunks. They'd open the trunk and people would come out of the trunk. I'm telling you, it was crazy back then. I don't know if you guys remember that, but $5 to get in, and as many people as you could cram in your car, unsafely, of course, because nobody wore seatbelts or anything. And they'd get in the trunk, and just to get in. And they still have those drive-in movie theaters, but I don't know. I don't know how much they cost now. I don't think kids would be able to believe what it looked like seeing a movie like that with the old-fashioned big old box that hung on your parents' window. You had to roll it up a little bit, manually, of course, and hope it wouldn't fall off. And when you'd turn the knob on it, sometimes it would come in and out. You just had to get it just right for the speaker to work. And then the concessions, where it'd have that small little window where they were projecting the movie. Am I taking you guys back? Coming back with me into the 70s? I would love to take my children back. Kind of like Back to the Future. Take them so they can experience that too. You guys doing okay? Hanging with me? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you probably feel like you kind of grew up in it too. When your parents talk about things like that, you feel like you were there. But 77, you grew up in the 80s. That was still a time. I don't know if you guys had a color TV and VCR and all that back in the 80s. But we got our first like actual color TV in the 80s. Like I think I was maybe a freshman in high school. But it was so nice. It was one of those floor models in it. the other TVs that we had were very, very small, and of course you change a channel like that, black and white, and they would go off at midnight. The Star Spangled Banner would play, and then all TVs would go to that white noise, fuzzy sound, and the look. It was just white on there. It was fuzzy on the screen, and play the Star Spangled Banner, and that was it. You had to turn off the TV after midnight because there was nothing being played. And I remember when I worked at Children's Hospital in the 80s, I was in nursing school, and I was working at Children's at the time, and I think they started playing, like you could watch anything on TV all night long. And I was like shocked that, TVs were on all night. But, I don't know, I don't know when that happened, but it was shocking to me that kids were watching TV all night long. I feel like it was somewhere in the 80s, wasn't it? Maybe it was late 70s, I don't know. But my very young childhood, the TV went off at midnight. So I don't know. The TV that was on the floor, it was like decent size. Yeah. Everything went off at 11 or 12. Yeah, exactly. That's right. You had one of those floor models too. I know. We only had a few channels, like 6, 8 maybe, or 9 and 10 and 12. My husband had 2 channels growing up. And then they had the bunny ears, the antenna they had to put on the TV to just get some reception. And then sometimes if you didn't get your knob just right, the thing would turn, your picture would turn up to the next film, or I don't know, screen or whatever. And you just had to get it just right. It sounds so funny to say that stuff. No VCRs, of course. Then there was a camcorder. All the rage was in the 80s in high school when they got camcorders. My brother was the human antenna. Oh, that's funny. We actually took a hanger one time on one of the TV sets, and it had a small antenna in the back, and we put a hanger up just to see if that would get reception, and it gave a little reception, but not like the big ones on the house. Yeah, we always laid down on the floor in front of the TV because you'd have to change a channel, so you wanted to be close. But your parents always said, don't get too close. It's going to mess up your eyes. I think that's old wives' tale. Hold the antenna up with a wire. Oh my gosh. I can picture that. Oh, shoot. you imagine telling a child to do that now? Like, they'd just be like, no, I'm not doing that. But that's the only way we could get reception and to see what you're watching. That's funny. I could picture him doing that too. See if I can move here just a moment. Try to put my feet down. I remember dragging the phone like your brother dragged the antenna. I dragged the phone as far as I could reach with the cord stretched, talking on the phone for hours to my friends or boyfriend at the time. Then we got my friend that lived next door. Her house, she had a floor model colored TV with a clicker, they called it. It's called a remote control, but they always called it a clicker. And yeah, I always thought that was so funny, going to her house and trying to find the clicker. And they were huge back then. Let's see if I can add light to this camera here. Let's see. I need to plug my, oh, there. That helps. Let me plug my phone in before I lose you guys. Now I can see. I can see, but I can't keep the yarn on the hook. There we go. Thanks for taking me down memory lane tonight. It's always fun to reminisce. I'm going on an 80s cruise next year. And with some girls that I graduated high school with, 3 other ladies are going. And it's the beginning of next year. And I'm really excited about it. I got some 80s attire and we should be pretty decked out. Like punk rockers. Old ladies with punk rock attire. That should be awful pretty. But it's gonna be fun. There is in some of my YouTube videos, I copied and pasted the pattern where I got off the internet. You can look it up on, it's called a Navajo diamond stitch, but there's patterns on the internet too if you don't want to search back on my videos. You can just pull it up online. But I made some adjustments to the pattern that I followed. This is a treble crochet, and I made it into a double crochet, the pattern that I used. It's called a Navajo diamond blanket. Let's see, where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. I wrote the pattern on little post-it notes like this as little cheat sheets for me, and that's helpful. Each row is individual, so you cast on and cast off each row. See, we're doing 1 through 5 here, so we're gonna do six rows total of the turquoise before I complete it. So I got 2 more rows to go after this one. It's 9 o'clock. Let's see how quick I can get them done. I have a 6 a.m. alarm set. I work in the PACU in the morning. Oh, you're welcome. Single crochets all the way across for the next remaining rows. It's definitely getting darker. I'm thankful I have that light on there on my phone. I always forget about it being on there. But it is, and it's very helpful to, right, going to bed. Good night. Live, YouTube live. Huh? Oh, sorry about that. You had to tell me something. You didn't want to interrupt the live. It's going to bed. 6 comes around awful quick. Okay, we're almost to the end again. Getting there. you guys all from? If you feel comfortable putting that in the chat. If not, that's okay too. Sometimes I don't always want to share that. Was anyone affected by the fires, the smoke this past week? I know we couldn't go outside. My daughter's fiance had to work on air conditioners and HVAC stuff um, all day during the worst day. So he had a sore throat and headache and cough. We all had headaches. But thankfully it's better than what it was here. Much better. Okay, back to our beginning. Oh gosh. Oh, you're in Albany? It was orange skies for a couple days. Oh wow. Yeah, New York. Somebody else was in here from the Bronx and said it was pretty bad. Oh gosh. It's better though now. I'm I think it's pretty much moved out. Oh good. Good. It was so hazy you couldn't even see the you could see the sun, but you could look at the sun straight on because it was so smoky. Albany. I don't know where Albany is. I don't know if it's like the upstate part or eastern. My aunt still lives in, oh, she lives in the upper part of New York. And her son lives in the, is it Adirondacks? Adirondack? They used to call him a mountain man. He loved to be up way in the deep woods up there. I haven't seen him in years though. He had blue eyes like this, turquoise. His eyes were so blue. It was them that I got the hand-me-down clothes every year from my cousin, my girl cousin up there. Turn that fan off. You can hear the quiet of the woods. Quiet and not quiet at the same time. I can hear an owl. I could sleep out here if it weren't for the mosquitoes getting me. Just so comforting. You're talking about back as a kid in the 70s, we didn't have air conditioners. We didn't have an air conditioning unit. And my mom and I would sleep on the front porch because it was so hot inside and the fans were running, but that didn't do anything but blow hot air. So we would make a little makeshift mattress out on the front porch with blankets and stuff, our sheets, and sleep out there. And felt safe enough to do that. The internet keeps going in and out, but everyone have a good night. Oh, thanks, Shamika. Have a wonderful day tomorrow at work. And take it easy. Take time for yourself. Thanks for being in my live tonight. Hope to see you again real soon. Bye, friend. Oh, really, Stacey? Oh my gosh. There wasn't any ace recently? Or has this been? And oh, how we had to just deal with it, right? Like there wasn't any option. You just put up with all that. It's what you get used to growing up. Oh, last week. Oh my golly. They don't have any air over there? Gosh. Wonder how you would manage that. Especially in the hot, I guess just fans. Kind of hard to believe this day and age they don't have AC there. Grew up in South Florida and sometimes. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. South Florida. Oh, that had to be brutal for you. At least up north here, we got a little reprieve. Sometimes it cools down. In the summer, I can't even imagine what that must have been like for you. It's funny how, though, we get used to our environment. Hear the whippoorwill? You're in Virginia. My AC in my apartment had stopped running, and it's been so hot that the floors sweat. Oh my golly. I'm so sorry. That's got to be brutal. I'm over here in Ohio. And thankfully, we do have AC now. But there was a time we didn't. We would get like a window AC or fans, and you just, sweat just drips off of you. Same way with the cars back in the day. We didn't have AC. Just roll your windows down. Yeah. That's how we grew up, huh? Just somehow you get through it. We're getting there, you guys. We made it this far. And I'm not stopping now. The whippoorwills are talking to each other. You have your grandmother's 69 Chevy Bel Air. Wow, without air. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's amazing. I bet it's beautiful though. I'm making a Navajo diamond blanket. And I'm almost to the home stretch. I got one more row, and then I am finished with this blanket. I've been working on this for months. Well, I had to put it down. I worked on it, and then I worked a bunch, and then I wasn't able to work on it. And I picked it back up, trying to get it. And I'm thankful for YouTube lives, that I don't have to always be on here by myself or doing this by myself. Lady just popped her head up like, what is that making that noise? We had a beehive that they had to cut out of a tree here. A big old beehive. Accidentally came upon it, and my son-in-law took it because he had a actual box to put them in. We have all kinds of critters out here. I completely understand that. Oh, you too. Yes, Stacy. You can do anything. You got the basics down. You could do this. You know how to single crochet and double crochet? That's all it is. You could do it. Just look at your pattern, and each row is individual. So you just count, do your counting, and you could do this. I have tons of videos of doing it. Some with the pattern listed in the description. And I tried to get it changed as much, best I could to the way I did it. But there's so many on the internet, different patterns that you can get. If you want to try and you have questions, just reach out and I'll try to help you. I'm all about learning new things, and if I know something, I'll teach it to you guys, share it. I think we all should learn when we want to. You're never too old to learn. Take it from me, this old mama. I'm learning about all digital products and that sort of thing, because I'm not from the computer era. So everything I've learned through work as a nurse, just by the grace of God. I've learned, they've taught me, but it doesn't come natural, that's for sure. But all the new crochet stitches, the different things, the C to C coal, the jasmine stitch, the waffle. I do the waffle stitch, which I love. It's one of my favorites. I made so many blankets, baby blankets, and it's just a cool looking stitch. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more. I'm going to chain one, then cut this here, pull it through. I have a whole playlist of crochet, like the waffle stitch, and I think the ripples in there on my YouTube channel. And of course the Navajo diamond. Ton of videos in there. Here we go. And then we're doing back loop only. Going into the back loop here. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. and I tighten the end there a little bit. Back loop only, back loop only. These are all single crochets, straight across. Then your diamond in the middle. These are double crochets. This is a Navajo diamond blanket, and for the Navajo diamond blanket you use 4 colors. Whatever border color you use is the one row throughout. The rest of them are 3 rows, except the border. Oh, thanks. I have watched many YouTubers and I have learned a lot. I do appreciate any help, but I'm not able to do it all the time. I have carpal tunnel. Oh, okay, yes, I understand. So you don't turn your work. No, you don't turn your work on this one. Mm-mm. Sorry about the carpal tunnel, boy. That's, my daughter had carpal tunnel issues during her pregnancy. 2 of her pregnancies. Now she's pregnant again, and she found that stretching. I don't know if this would help you at all, but stretching every day, stretching that has helped her. Now I don't know if it would help you, but she hasn't had too many issues this time. But I know we do a lot of surgeries, carpal tunnel surgeries, to release that. I understand that. It's your hands, do they go numb and just ache you? It can cause a lot of pain and numbness, tingling. We're on the last row. We've got 6 rows here total of this, and then I will finish and tie it off, and that'll be it for this blanket. I do have another type of, this is the second Navajo diamond stitch that I started, the different colors, but I haven't done much with that one. The last doctor said mine isn't bad enough for surgery, but I just deal with it. It does get, oh man, that is rough. I'm sorry. That carpal tunnel's no fun. Yeah, it makes it hard to do crochet that way, I would imagine. Is that a mosquito? I'm trying to. They find me, those mosquitoes. Thank you guys for being here, sticking it out with me. We're on the home stretch. Got a little bit to go, and I'll be finished with this blanket. as a whippoorwill talks in the back. I feel like we need a campfire and some tents around. But that one's close too. I could hear one over that way, and now I can hear it over here. And Lady's right here, snoozing. She's on her blanket. I finger knitted a blanket a couple years ago, just for fun, to see if I could do it. And of course I learned on YouTube University how to do it. But anyway, she has kind of adopted that blanket. Even though she has a little bed in the garage, she still comes out here. It must be nice and cool for her. Cooler. On the porch, she likes the concrete and the blanket. So every morning, she's out here. Whippoorwill. Okay. We got this much to go. Come on. Come on, Mom, you can do it. Get to the end. Tomorrow is a kidney stone day. That means we have a urologist that does kidney stone laser treatments on those to break them up. So usually there's quite a few of those. And then on top of the other cases that we have. And he's usually pretty fast. when I'm all finished with this blanket, I'll take another video for you guys to see the finished product. Like I'll put it on the back of the couch so you can see it, and then I'll upload it. I'll try to do that in the next couple days so you can see how large it is and how it sits on the back of the couch. I'm going to try to upload. I made some fall soups that I canned, and going to try to get those uploaded. Those videos. I can't remember if I put those on my channel or not. I have zuppa toscana, chicken noodle, spicy pumpkin, what else? Chili, vegetable beef, I think. Was that 6? Because I had 6 of them. All homemade and pretty budget friendly. Budget friendly and easy to make. A lot of times I'll use the Instant Pot for different things, which is wonderful. But fall soup is always a hit around here and easy to make. I just made corn on the cob that I had vacuum sealed in the freezer with some burgers on the grill a couple days ago. And I put the ears of corn with a cup of water in the Instant Pot for 10 minutes. And it was the most tender corn. Oh my gosh. We actually finished them off yesterday. But they were so good. I love my Instant Pot. I don't know if you guys have one or have you ever used one. It's just an electric pressure cooker that cooks frozen meats, and I mean, you can cook anything in there. I've made cheesecakes in there. And I think I have that. I don't know if I have that on my YouTube channel or Pinterest or the other platforms, but I did make cheesecakes in there the last few years. So easy to make. And it takes, 40 minutes total. And they turn out delicious. Eggs, boiled eggs, 5 minutes. But there's a trick to the peeling of them when they're fresh. Like we get fresh chicken eggs, and they never want to peel right. They'd, break off in chunks, the shell would, and tear your egg all apart. Anyway, I watched somebody on here or the other platform. So what you do is you break the membrane inside of the egg by just hitting it on the counter until you hear it pop just very slightly. It won't, sometimes it'll crack it, but that's not what you want. You don't want it to crack it. You just want to hear that little bit of a pop inside the egg. And then you put it in your Instant Pot, or you boil it, on the stove. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you just boil it. And the Instant Pot's 5 minutes. And then I usually let the pressure release on the Instant Pot, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then put it in cold water for 5 minutes. And then the shell comes off easy. And it's been the best trick that I've learned when it comes to eggs. And most of the time, farm fresh eggs will not peel easily at all. At least not for me. But doing that little trick of just hitting it very gently on the counter till that membrane pops inside. Makes all the difference. It peels just like nothing. So if anybody tries that, come back and let me know what you think, if it worked for you. Okay, we're down to the last few here. Tips and tricks. I put a bunch of stuff on Pinterest over the years and on YouTube and on the other platforms too. But my handle's a little bit different. Mom's Happy Kitchen. Um, Mom's Happy Kitchen for Pinterest and YouTube, and then for IG it's Mom's Happy Kitchen 1, and TT is Mom's Happy Kitchen 8. And FB too, Mom's Happy Kitchen. All right, chain 1, and we are done. Pull a loop through to finish it off. I will trim these fringes. I'll make sure they're similar to the size. Most of them, 2 or 3 inches. And on the other side, I'll do the same. But we are finished, you guys. Thank you for hanging with me. Oh, here it is. I'm going to kind of show you. It goes all the way up to my chin. And my foot's out there to the end. It's super long. Oh, I'm sorry. Just bumped you. But yeah, that's it. That is it. I appreciate you staying with me. It was so fun to chat back and forth. And I will let you know. I'll upload a video of what it looks like on the couch. But have a wonderful Tuesday, you guys. Thanks for being here. And I will see you all real soon. Take care. Bye, friends. Bye, friends.